Oh, wait. Where did you tack it?
Well, I'm building it up first to quite a gap, but why?
Where are you tacking it first?
Lower down.
Where?
Right, look, you can see on this side where it is.
Right, that isn't in the right place. I'm sorry, but you need to check. So, look, there's a massive gap here. That needs to go down. Hold on, wait. I've got my fingers underneath it. Push it down a bit more. It's there. Right, go. Hold it for a little while because it will bounce back. Wait a second. Let's check it. Let's check it's in the right place. Oh, I see.
No, you can't. I'm doing something for a reason, yeah?
Oh, I see. Okay, well, let me check it. Do it with my glove on. Perfect, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can weld to your merry heart's delights now. And you can see the way the smoke's going towards that mask, that it's really handy to have an air-fed mask. Just going to key this up, make sure there's no kind of contaminants on it, and get it nice and flat. And then wipe it down with some thinners to get any oil off it or something that would make the paint bubble, and then paint it. So what that does is make a kind of less smooth surface, so the paint can adhere better compared to. If you were to do this, then it can heal. How panel wipe or thinners, that thin out oil and take oil off. You can see here, wipe it down, gives it a really nice shine. This takes all the contaminants off. I don't know if you can hear me properly. But this takes all the contaminants off. So a point of interest. So this is welded in up here. We need to replace this piece of steel here before we put the outer sill on, because it's not great, but that's fine. We can rebuild that box section. It's fine. There's a seam here. You can't really see it, but under there you can see it now. It's obviously welded to the top of the cross member. We haven't completely welded it because what we found is it was starting to warp. So we stuck this bar on the outside of it to keep it straight. It shrunk a little bit here, but actually you can see it's absolutely perfect all the way along. It's nice and straight now. We had to heat it here a little bit because where these welds were, it shrunk slightly. But now we can tack it underneath. It's nice and tight everywhere. Fit, it's a really nice fit. Yeah, we're really happy with it, and we're gonna now finish tacking it underneath, and then we'll attach the outer sill to it. Well, we'll repaint the bits where the welds have taken the paint off, but once we've done that, we'll paint the other side of the inner sill, and then we'll put them together. And that means we can start taking this stuff out, all this bar, which means we can get into there, that hole down in there. We can take all this off. I've got the repair panels. These are for the back of this. Don't know which one it is, doesn't really matter. And the front of it, which is rotten, is coming. Should arrive on Monday. Then we can put the outer sill on, which has got the cable tray in it, and we can attach this, because this actually attaches to the outer sill, not the inner sills. Yeah.
Well, you can explain your bit in a minute. I'll explain what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So, what we're doing today, it's a beautiful, mildly warm day in England. And all I'm going to be doing is, well, we welded this sill on in a few places, and it's tacked in some places where it needs to be fully welded, but we're not ready to do that yet due to various other things need to be welded in. But along here and things like that, you know, where the weld's penetrated through, we need to, you know, repaint it, you know, just to stop this steel from rusting while we're working on it. And then we're going to fit up the next part of the sill, but that'll be later on. So for now, we'll just start painting.
There's a little tub to
Wash it.
tabs to clean it.
Here, I'll have it here.
I wouldn't keep it too close, it stinks.
I've got a gas mask on, haven't you?
Eh? Oh,
Can't
so you
smell
have,
it.
yeah. So on this side, we've got this bracket, which doesn't exist over there. We can also see that there's a bracket that holds the inner wing to that chassis member. We're going to have to cut this one off as well, by the looks of it. But I might start by taking this stuff off and just cutting away bit by bit and see where we get to. And get this back on here, and get it back on here somewhere, and then start building up around it. Oh. This welding helmet, by the way, I'm not mad. It's got a grind setting on it, which, if the light gets too bright, it cuts out a bit like a welding, like it would with a welding torch. The only really annoying thing about this hat is this thing. They should have put that to the side, and why they didn't, it's like so really, really upsettingly annoying. Not in that, I don't think it's a good idea having things hanging down when you're using grinders, to be absolutely frank. Anyway, whoever you are who made this helmet, put the ripcord somewhere else. It's ridiculous. Doesn't help. No good to man nor beast. I reckon I can get this off in one piece. A bit of luck. Oh God, it's so cool in here. It's so nice. Mm. And I'm going to make the tea while he's doing that. Chocolate milk. Tonic, established 1890, and still a family business. It's the same chap. Or woman. It's a bit misogynistic.
To be fair, it's 1890.
Yeah, good bloke. Yeah.
Now these are kind of wrapped up heart disease, but they're really, really good.
They're called tea cakes, tonic tea cakes.
And God
Why
knows
not
what,
try
God knows what's in them.
our dark chocolate tea cakes? Nah, you're right.
I've got no idea what's in them. It's like marshmallow and chocolate, and then
It's got a biscuit
Yeah.
taste. You can see there's marshmallow, biscuit, and chocolate.
They're very nice. I say they're quite sweet, but give me a rush. If you American sweets are so much, or candy is really sugary. They're very sweet. So they're not that bad. If any of you ever had wagon wheels, I guess you kind of like, they have marshmallow and chocolate in them as well. They've also got jam in them. So. Jelly.
We decided to invest as well in a new pair of overalls for Alex. That actually fit him. Not the ones he had when he was 15.
No, exactly.
When we were talking about American towns, you know, Philadelphia is actually named. Philadelphia is named after
The cream cheese.
Turkish town.
Really?
As I said, Philadelphia couldn't have been in Europe. Well, yeah, it's a town in Turkey called Philadelphia.
There's loads of places you could put Athens in.
Yeah, Alabama. So,
Yeah, I think Alabama.
And there's Paris, Texas.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, as usual, there's one more rusty bolt. You can see this is off, basically. But there's one nut in here that just doesn't want to come out, and it's almost impossible to get at. Hopefully it'll break. Oh. You probably won't have bothered with this, but you know, it's wrecked. You can see it's just corroded to hell. There's nothing left of it. But there isn't one on the other side. But at least I can use this as a template to make another piece of nice, shiny new alloy. I've cut a bit off the bottom, but it's quite obvious where it goes.
So, while waiting for that paint to dry over there, we're going to start building out from where the back suspension is. So it's rusty here, so we need to patch, cut and patch this, and then put the rear chassis leg, weld a new rear chassis leg on. So what we need to do first for that is take the shock absorbers off, and they're quite weird looking, these shock absorbers. They're kind of MGB style shock absorbers, Sherpa van.
Sherpa van, yeah. They are probably
so,
Sherpa van shock absorbers.
So we'll show you when I get it out. But,
there's nothing faster than a Sherpa van.
But yeah, we'll get it when we get the thing out. I'll show you. But you can watch me struggle to take these bolts off that haven't been touched since the car was new. So I'm going to make a noise.
How are you getting on?
Last one to go.
Ooh, they all came out.
Well, don't.
That's pretty good.
Don't tempt fate.
More. Ford Escort bolts wouldn't come out 3 years after the car was built.
Yeah, well,
I used to, mate.
it's,
If it's not going to come out, let's put some heat on it.
no, well, I haven't tried properly yet.
I
I
know,
just
but
wanted to
you've got
make
a
sure.
torque bar on it. It could easily snap. Should we put some heat on it?
Yeah, let's not.
Yeah.
Why did you have to say that, huh? Why did you have to say that?
No.
It is coming out,
I think
actually.
it's called tempting fate.
That's what I just said. Don't tempt fate. You've tempted fate, and fate bitten us where it hurts.
Oh, have you got the
Oh,
gas?
I found the.
Eh?
I found the
Oh,
thing.
that's where it was. We don't want to lose that. Where's the? Oh, the gas bottle's over there.
I'll get it.
I'll get it. You sit down.
All right.
Don't want to
I'm not going to complain.
wear out your old legs.
Yeah, exactly. Cheers. Set fire to the underseal.
Shall I go and get the fire extinguisher?
No, don't you dare. Go and get the fire extinguisher.
Oh, I think it's time. That should do it, I think. You don't want to set fire to the bushes.
Oh, what a shame. What, you think the bushes are still
but
intact?
watch your head.
What?
The torch. The torch is
Yeah, I know, I'm not near it.
Well, you were quite close.
Well, it's only my hair. It's not going to go on fire from some heat. You need a flame. You need a flame source for it to go on fire.
Oh, is that good? You sure that's penetrant and not the other stuff? Okay.
Right.
Is that the one that was half out? That's why it's knackered, isn't it? It's already loose.
Like
Yeah.
that, yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
No, I'm not holding the back of it. While you do that, you'll break my fingers off. What are you doing?
Push it up against something hard.
No, it's fine. It's just because it's the bolt. There we go. It'll be fine now. It's just because the bolt slipped up. Stop.
I'm just helping
I know,
you
but
put it
please,
on.
I don't need to break my fingers.
I'm not touching it. I'm just.
Oh.
Yeah, but the link is the link on the.
No, but there's a bar. There's a chassis leg.
Is that part of the chassis?
Yeah. Oh, it's got a bolt. Jesus Christ.
What's wrong?
There's 2 bolts there that I could take off instead, but I don't really want to take
more
those.
chance of seeing.
Oh no, actually, no. They'll probably
Give me the hammer.
No, these will be alright to take off. They're better than taking these
This will
link
probably
ones
just drop down now.
Well, no, it
It
won't.
should.
It won't because there's a bar here
Yeah.
keeping it. No, it won't.
I can't see the
yeah,
geometry.
exactly. So,
All right.
trust me.
Keep your Allens on.
I know, but trust me. I'm not pulling your leg. I need bigger
Tell you
one.
what, I'll put the kettle on.
Sounds good to me.
Surplus.
I'll take this single fish off. Can you get me a 11/16, I think?
Tugging me for a lock, sir. Of course I can.
You what?
Tugging me for a lock, sir.
That sounds a bit wrong. No, I mean,
Oh, a socket.
well, I'll test it anyway.
You got to be.
Oh, bang on! It was.
You got to be specific.
Well, I mean, I'm holding a big socket thing, torque wrench. You know, you'd think it'd be mildly obvious for the average Joe.
I don't think we've got 11/16 socket.
There we do.
Well, if we have, it's not back on here.
Yeah, it is. They're all there. It's big.
There's 3/4.
Yeah, it's
How
bigger
big?
than that.
That?
No,
That's an inch.
Dad, it's there. Here, take this spanner and match it up.
I don't think we've got one.
Yeah, it's smaller than that.
Yeah,
It's bigger than the one we were just using, which means we have it.
I don't think we have.
We do.
13/16 we've got.
Yeah, well then the next one down
Really?
is 3/4.
Yeah.
Sorry, 12/16.
3/4 it is.
Yeah, and then the next one down from there
Oh yeah, so it
is
is.
11/16.
Look too small.
I know Imperial better than you now.
I'm terrible with Imperial.
I finally worked it out.
I gave it up.
I just
started buying German cars.
I
was so
converted it all.
happy not to.
Yeah, no, exactly. I converted it all to 16ths. Run everywhere.
No, be careful because there's a lot of nasty metal here.
I think I'd pull the back end of the car if I hit it. Oh, I'm gonna have to stand up for this one.
Here, put a bar on it.
No, I'd rather not.
Well, don't hit this because this is really sharp.
I won't.
There's a massive. Yeah.
Wait.
What was that?
Yeah, but I didn't hit it, did I? I touched it. Mildly different.
And is that the end of the
Link.
down link?
Yeah. There's 2 links on it, but if I take this one off, I think we can get it through that hole. Should be okay. I am shocked these are all coming off.
Well, I think mechanically these cars were built like race cars.
They
right?
seem
So
every
they
mechanical
had
piece
very
has come
high
off.
tolerance. Very low tolerance.
Low tolerance. Intolerant.
They had
Aston Martin.
intolerance because it
Why does this thing keep turning up?
I keep throwing it away. Oh, I know what I was meant to do.
I think these bushings have seen slightly better days, though.
What, after 50 odd years?
Yeah, 52 years.
Really? That's a shame. I thought they'd be perfect.
I know. We were planning on reusing all the bushes.
Yeah.
Can't now.
But even in your old Volvo, the first thing we did was replace every single bush.
Well, that's not actually entirely true.
Well,
all the bushes on my back suspension are entirely
Well, that's because we
original.
couldn't get to them, or we couldn't get them off.
Actually, it was more that we didn't have time. We couldn't be asked to get to them. You can get to them now. We could do them here, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, that is not... I think we're going to have to bash this thing off. Not in that...
What?
Not in that way. Be a bit of a nasty.
What?
This top bushing's deed anyway. It's coming off, but I might need to heat this bottom one off. Pull it off.
Oh yeah. Well, just use the gas torch because
I shall. I need my
you want your gas
sunglasses
mask,
though.
You want your gas mask
Yeah,
as well.
and the gas mask. The gas mask is just over there where I was painting. Oh yeah, cheers. Gas mask is where I was painting. Tell me it ain't so, please tell me that it ain't.
Oh wait. Oh no, it's the light that's doing it.
Is it?
Yeah, the light's too bright.
That's alright then. Don't worry. To be honest, when I watch videos like this online, I don't expect it to be the greatest thing in the world because, you know, you are working around disgusting stuff that will always make everything dirty.
Yeah. Is it the red one?
Huh?
Is it that one with red paint on it?
I don't really care.
There's one here, which is the brand new one.
That is the one I was using, but it's fine. They're all got new filters in them, so
yeah,
not a problem. Right, before I start this, interesting point with these. You may see with this one that actually when you heat up bushings like this, it starts spitting rubber at you. Because they've got such pressure for sitting in the metal collars, it actually starts throwing rubber out. And may even pop.
Yeah, so just be careful if you're doing it. Don't do this at home.
Well, you can, but I don't endorse it. Don't do this with your 2014 Ford Explorer. That rubber was surprisingly burn resistant, actually. Don't touch it, though.
I don't plan on touching it.
It'll go back up.
What? You're going to damage the back of the car. The boots.
I know.
The boot's flapping.
I'll scratch the paint.
Hmm?
I'll scratch the paint.
Yeah, don't scratch the paint work. Kids today.
No patience.
No patience. I'm going to stay away from that. Where's the rest? Oh, the gas is over there.
Oh, there we go.
Good man.
Although,
No, it won't come out anyway.
Yeah, I might need to. We'll see. It should come out.
Are they still connected to each other then?
What?
Oh, lovely.
It's actually in really good
That
condition.
is. Do you know what? That looks if it's straight off a Sherpa van.
Right, so bring it up a bit. That is an Aston Martin shock absorber.
It's called a lever arm shock absorber, I think, from memory.
It uses
British Leyland
fluid. Uses fluid pressure, doesn't it? Instead.
Yeah, it's just got it's a damper basically.
Don't touch that.
Very old. I won't. Very old style damper.
I wouldn't even touch the arm at all.
Not like you Australians make round the campfire. That was a terrible accent.
What do you mean?
Damper.
Damper?
Damper's like a bread that Aussies make.
Is it?
Yeah, you had it in Canada. Michael Sheehan made it.
Right.
These are actually serviceable usually.
Well, that one looks really good.
Well,
do you want to grab that?
No, thank you. Don't leave it under the car. We'll lose it. Because that's fine. That drop link is absolutely fine. What are you doing with it? Don't leave it on there. No, don't put it back on.
What do you want me to do with it?
We'll attach it to this in a bit, but put it down there, behind you. Here, where my foot is. I'll remember. Perfect. On the only piece of rubber on the floor.
Wow.
Be nice to see a serial number on this. We could find out if it is off a Sherpa van.
It's covered in underseal. If you scrape the underseal off, it probably would show you that. Although you're not recording that.
It'd be great if it was off a Sherpa.
I can't reach you. Oh well.
Probably about 10 and sixpence off a Sherpa van.
Well, not anymore, I don't think so.
Yeah, they would. I mean, I remember getting these rebuilt for the MGB GT, and they cost me a tenner to get them
slightly smaller. Well, to be fair, we could probably rebuild
they weren't
those.
that much smaller than
We'd be able to rebuild
They're
those.
about 3/4 of the size of this.
They've just got internal seals, right? And you just fill them up with oil.
Generally,
that's the oil drain, isn't it? There. Don't.
What's wrong?
That's the oil drain. No. And then
I've never serviced one. I gave it to someone who knew what they were doing.
Well, I'll do some research and see if they need servicing. Well, they do move actually.
Looks like it's got something missing out of it here. Should be one of those in there.
Well, no, not necessarily. Maybe. I need a brush.
If that could talk, it would talk in a Brummie accent.
What, this thing?
Yeah.
What's the place that they built?
Your oil lover? Hey?
Where's the place that they call Astons again? They built Astons.
You put Pagnell.
That's it.
Yeah, but that would have been built. That would have been built in British Leyland, in Coventry or Birmingham.
It's true, actually. You're right.
Well, I would have thought. I mean, I am guessing, to be honest.
Yeah, but every other part on this car that's not designed for it is from British Leyland or Lucas.
I think British Leyland, or British Motor Company, bought everything up.
Right.
Triumph, Riley.
What's the only thing that they were doing then by that point?
I mean, companies like Bristol were independent. Jaguar
were MG.
British Leyland. MG, British Leyland.
Jaguar were British Leyland?
Jaguar were part of British Leyland.
No.
Yep.
Really?
That's why they shelved the E-Type, I think. Well, that and the fuel crisis.
Oh,
No.
These gloves.
Language, Timothy.
I didn't swear to
I just cleaned that bench. Put them somewhere else.
Oh, I will. I'm going to in a second. I want to put my gloves on first. I don't want to touch the dirty gloves. Yeah. Thank you.
So, the rear chassis leg, we've lined everything up. We took all the measurements before Alex, acting like some sort of magician from the 1800s.
No, it's like a game show.
Is it? What game show? Anyway, so if we measure to a central point, and we've got about 4 different points, this is exactly the right place. Sorry?
You need some blue pills for that.
Very funny. Yeah. So.
Lost your train of thought now.
So, when the car was in bits, we took some measurements from the roof and from a central point here to the back of the car, and it was about an inch out this way. So we've had to push everything this way, and now it's perfectly aligned.
Actually, obviously you can't hear me properly, but talk about how actually it was half the floor.
Yeah, so the floor, we jacked the floor up because the floor was actually pulling it all, twisting it. So we've done all the measurements now, and it's really straight. It was even affecting up here. So now it's nice and straight. We've replaced this. This is all tacked in. There's new metal in here. We knew this was at the right height because we took the other one off, and luckily they're both this. I mean, we're really, really lucky actually. They're both still there. They're on the floor somewhere. But it meant we could cut it off exactly where it fitted, so you can see. So we took the top off it, right? So we knew exactly where it fitted. I mean, it may be a millimetre out, but frankly, these cars quite often. Yeah. And we've lined this up with the back of the car because we know this goes on to here. Yeah, so we're really, really happy actually. It's gone together quite nicely. Now this is going to put a few tacks. We do realise the floor goes between here and here. Yeah. But we're going to get this one on, then we'll straighten the other one, and then we'll tack the floor on, because basically when we cut all the floor out, it will stay in position. Right, I've got my welding hood on, and it's going to weld.
Oh, I managed to go directly between.
Here, do you want some snips?
Oh, I've got that. No, that was it. Got
Oh.
Fell off.
It fell off. Here, don't weld.
Yeah.
Here, I'll hold it.
No,
Here's the old one. Look.
We need to cut that off.
Yeah, because that's in good nick. Yeah, this is the old rear chassis leg.
Yeah, chassis legs of Christmas past. The ghost of chassis legs past.
Look at that. It's absolutely trashed. So there's an outrigger that goes here which supports the floor, and you can see the floor goes straight onto this.
You can't see it at the moment.
Well, there isn't it. There isn't it. No, it's fine. Here.
I'll film it for you.
I was.
Go on. You get to see your lovely face.
So there's a little outrigger, but we can fabricate that goes on this chassis leg, and you can see the floor, which is here, goes straight onto there. Hey, you want to put it in?
Let's see.
It won't go in because we've welded. I don't know if I think this is the left. I can never remember how these things go. They go that way, don't they?
Yeah, that's it. No, that's correct.
That is the right hand one. Yeah, so yeah, you can't get in, but
no, you can imagine dusty.
Well, you won't even get it in roughly because it's got to go all the way back to here. Shiny though.
Yeah, very nice and shiny.
And that's where it attaches to the chassis leg here. I'm going to cut the boot out of the car. Need to remove some of the stuff because it's going to go a bit in the way. Well, welding gloves being used as grinding gloves. Doesn't really matter. I don't need to be accurate. I know exactly where the boot fits. It's all very simple stuff. So we're going to cut through. That's already come off there. I'm going to cut through here. Oh, what fun. There's an axle stand holding it up. We can cut this off because we don't need it. Not that it's held on by much. Then we can cut through this. Is where the damper or shock absorber, you'd call it, goes. Luckily, it is still, we can still see the bolt pattern. And we can tell from the other side. The other side, I don't know, can't you see it from where you are? So you can see it there. That kind of ready plate is actually, it's really good on the inside because that's where the shock absorber bolts to it. But if you saw it on the outside, it's very similar to this one, which looks like the surface of the moon. And that looks like it's 3 to 5 mil plate. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but it's thick. We'll make sure we understand what that is, and we'll build a 3 or 5 mil. I think it's 3 mil actually. A bit like the jacking point steel. Whatever it is, we'll build that up, and then we'll take this chassis leg right all the way back till we get a nice solid piece of metal somewhere up here. So the wing's going to come off, and we'll replace the wing afterwards. But again, bit by bit, we really want to rebuild these panels first before we take the wing off, so we know where it sits. If anyone wonders what entropy is, this is entropy. So the mounting bracket for the shock absorber on this side is actually not too bad, but it looks like it's kind of 5 mil thick steel. It might be 3.
It is very
We'll
thick.
get the gauge on it in a second. But we've templated them. We'll also, before we cut them off, we'll make sure we know exactly where it sits. So it goes back in exactly the same place, but we can go away and make the steel plate for this now. We've made it slightly bigger, and I think it's always a good idea to do that. As long as the bolt, we're going to mark the bolt centers from a datum point that we have. Once this is all cleaned up.
Datum?
A datum. What's wrong with that?
This is very old English.
Yeah, I'm sorry, me lad.
Right,
I'll check it again.
Right, so I've got the inner sill and the middle sill, I guess, that I painted yesterday. And I'm going to just tack them together so we can then, we've already, made it all right. I'm going to tack it together just in small places to keep this level. And then we're going to level the bottom end of it as well. So I don't know how well you can hear me because obviously he's grinding in the background. But what I've done, is I've tacked along here, just in some small places. Make sure not to warp this panel, because it's just one flat piece of steel, and it will, put any heat into it at all, and it'll just go like a wave, like a Pringle, which would not be ideal. So we've got this all lined up and welded, tacked, and then what we want to do is have this bottom edge lined up as well. And at the moment it isn't. It's bent as a banana, I guess. Just because it's bent steel, right? It's not going to be perfect. You need to line it up yourself. It's not Lego, right? There's some fabrication involved. So we've got a light with this top one. You've got to just push and line up until it's all along a straight edge, and then tack that as well. And then we'll slowly weld this in and make it all good. The worst part will be grinding it all back to make it a nice flat edge, but we'll do that later.
This panel's fine. We're going to keep it, and it's also even if we weren't going to keep it, we keep it in place because it's holding the car in shape. But it's absolutely fine. There's no point replacing that. It needs fixing here, but the rest of it is absolutely fine. So this is the inner wing. Sorry, that's the wheel arch. You can see it, and it's gone down here. But most of it is actually not too bad. So I'm going to cut this out because it's solid here. You can see solid steel there. It's not even rusty here, but it is here. So I'm going to cut this out. This has to come off. It's still, this is 4mm plate. You can see where it's pitted. In certain places, this is probably less than 2mm. You can see at the very bottom, it's still solid, but where it's all kind of, it's just not worth putting that. It'd probably survive another 30 years, but it's dead easy to cut out. There's a seam here, goes right along here, and then it welds into here. I actually might take it up to this chassis leg just here. It doesn't normally do that, but I don't understand this geometry, so I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to weld it right up to this, because this is also 4mm plate, so it's going to be 4mm all the way. I'll see what it's like in here. I can't see yet because it's covered, but we'll replace it as far up as we need to. I would think it's fine in here because this is all solid. I've cut it back, but here we might have to go slightly further up and replace that. Right, so this piece of steel, as I just said here, I'm going to cut this out and cut it along there just above the weld line for this. I'm not talking to you because this is a wing panel, and it's really bad actually because the wing is welded along here. I think it's tacked in here, and down there, but it's just a double skin, and it should never happen really, because dirt gets down the back. There's a hole in here. The rest of it's not too bad. We know we've got to replace the bottom, but I'm going to cut this out anyway. So I've just about finished the template now. Just making sure it's all taped together. I know it looks patchwork, but it doesn't really matter. I'd already So Alex is taking the boot front off and lift it up. Look, there's a double skin there. And look at the mud. Not even welded further down. Just
a bit of red oxide primer and mud. Not welded, you mean painted?
No, not here. Lift it up, I'll show you what I mean. Down here, it wasn't welded, so the mud just goes up inside there. Off the back axle. I mean, how these cars even lasted 10 minutes. Oh yeah, the first look at the diff, that is a huge diff. Hey?
Got a logo on it.
And there's the Dion tube. Is there a pointy hammer there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you might want to cut that just a little bit there. Oh, nicely done, Gromit.
Really cut into it a little bit.
Yeah, but we can weld it. There's not much you could do, really. Hit that with a pointy hammer, those plates. Nice. Okay, well, that's yeah, I saw a car that was rebuilt by a guy in the early noughties, and it had gone in there completely. That was 20 years ago. And the car was in reasonable condition. I'd hate to see if they'd taken it apart like we've taken this one apart, because a lot of the rust was similar to this. Oh, exhaust hanger.
That's great.
Classic exhaust hanger material. Bit of wire. Usually a coat hanger. A bit of garden wire. Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
We should keep that. We'll put that back on.
Yeah, definitely.
That is a huge back axle. You can take that off.
Yeah, no, you're right. We'll let that drop.
It'd be easier to get into.
Well, we're not doing that yet anyway.
Tell you what though, you could probably... No, we do have to weld up suspension points, but maybe we don't do that panel in the boot as early as we thought. The body's moving because it's jacked up on the Dion tube on one side and the axle on the other. That's a nice fit. Just leave it like that, yeah?
So.
Just a couple of tacks.
Just weld straight through the carpet, we'll be fine.
Is it weld through carpet?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Like weld through primer?
Yeah.
But look at the fit at the ends. It's really good, isn't it? Can you see that? Move your gancho and heat it the way. Move your head back or forward, yeah. Point to the corner.
There.
Yeah. But also it fits nicely into the inner wing. Yeah. Cool. Good. Well, I'll get you the mini grinder.
That's good. I think even that's slightly too big.
Sorry? This is gone, but we can replace that on the rotisserie. We're going to have to cut this anyway, the chassis leg that goes into the boot, because we really need to re-weld a panel in here and weld this. But this replaces all of that and fits in here.
Always do it on the edge.
Oh, okay. If you think it'll stay there,
Put one up here.
it's not holding the plate.
I know. I haven't put it on properly. I put it near there so you can see that. Well, I can hold it with my hand.
I want it to be in the right place.
I'm aware.
I know, but so often.
Flush. I know it needs to be flush. I'll
So,
make sure it's flush. It'll never hold up like that.
well, you're going to put one here as well that will hold in your special way. Go on.
On the edge.
Go on then. Hold that. Hold that.
Yeah, I'm going to, but I'm going to clean this off because it'll never stick anything if it's covered in rut.
Remember, it's 4 mil thick.
I'm aware. I set it for that.
Can we check that it's straight before we go too far, eh?
That's bloody bang on.
Well done, mate.
So I weld it in a bit more and then we'll pull it away.
Yeah. That's really good, isn't it?
Yeah, this one. Yeah.
I'm quite.
It welds really well at high setting.
Oh, that isn't though.
It just because it gets hot. Here, watch. There you go.
So today the boot's all clear. That's chassis leg. You know, we did it the other day. This is ground down ready to fit that panel. And these are the side panels. This one there. We tacked that in. It needs to be pushed in here, but it's warped slightly because it's very thick metal. But you can see it's nice seams. We'll weld the whole thing in, and that basically supports the shock absorber. It's a very thick piece of metal. But we've taken out all of the bad metal and we put it in one piece because obviously it's structurally better. We've got to cut this out here anyway, because you can see there's a hole here. There shouldn't be really a hole there. We're going to cut this out. It means we can get in and weld inside here as well, because there's another panel that needs to be welded in there. So yeah, all in all, a pretty good day.
And welded them.
Oh yeah, and Alex.
So obviously it's not complete, but it's not just tacked, you know, it's properly held in.
Yeah, so Alex has been doing the top of the sill. Obviously we'll do more.
Take a lot of breaks in between.
Yeah, because otherwise it warps. But it's nice and straight. So yeah. Well done, good day.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't get hit with a fire extinguisher. Well, not hit by the fire extinguisher, I keep saying that. I didn't get hit with a CO2 blast.
Sprayed.
Oh,
Yes.
how did I fall for that?
Yes!
I'm glad I had a gas mask on.
That's only CO2.
Brilliant. I got that really good that time.